Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about the Arsenal women defeating Crystal Palace 5-0 today in the WSL. This was our first game back since our last game in December, almost a month ago. We would have had a game in the FA Cup before this, but the match was postponed due to, I think, pitch freezing or something like that. Um, so first game back in a while. First game since Rene Slagers has been named the official head coach, which I was considering making a video about that, but I feel like I wouldn't have said much different to what I did in the video, just talking about whether she should be hired or not. I, in that video, said that we should wait until the end of the season to see, but with that being said, I'm really happy for Slagers, and I am excited to see what can happen. I think she has done really well, and I am not at all upset that they've given her a contract already. We've looked really good in the last 3 months, and again, I'm really excited to see what can happen under her. We've been in a really good run of form, and I think we were expected to win this game fairly easily, which we did end up doing in the end. Crystal Palace made us work for it in the first half. They kind of fell apart in the second half. Um, Scored really early, which is always nice, and fun to see Leah Williamson on the score sheet. Arsenal women, just like the men, are very good at corners, and we scored right away off one. And that's always a nice thing to have that reassurance that we've got a decent chance to score on a corner if nothing else is working. Which in the first half, not much was working. Crystal Palace had set themselves up pretty nicely to defend and just try and not let us get chances, which they were largely successful in the first half. And that kind of method kind of works with the assumption that eventually you will get chances, even if just a few. Crystal Palace did get a chance. I couldn't tell if they were onside or not, but got a one-on-one that was completely muffed. The Crystal Palace forward, she should have at least gotten that on target. That was like Kai Havertz X S miss. Um, Sorry, Havertz. But other than that, Arsenal didn't look that much under threat of conceding, but we also weren't really doing much in our attack. Then in the second half, we looked a lot better. I think bringing on Caitlin Ford really helped with that, and she did a lot to create the second goal. And once we had gotten one goal, or one goal in the second half, or second of the game, the floodgates had opened, and we found it pretty easy from there. Ended up scoring 5 goals in the game. Um, I do want to praise Crystal Palace for their defensive work in the first half. Again, even though things did kind of fall apart for them in the second half, they did do well. Um, but then, yeah, it didn't work out quite the same. Arsenal ended up looking a lot more creative in the second half, and it's another strong victory over a team that we'd be expected to beat, and we did. Um, and that's fun to say because under Jonas, a lot of times that didn't end up happening. So beating a team we were expected to win against fairly easily, 5-0, like actually living up to that standard, is a nice thing to see. And after Manchester United just beat Man City, we are now second in the league. There's only 3 European spots still, even with the new Europa Cup being created for next year. Um, and right now, Arsenal and Man United are on 24 points, whilst Man City is on 22. Chelsea is so far ahead, I'd be stunned if they didn't win the league. One difference is that I think the second place finisher has a bit of a better like qualifying spot now. I don't think we're like I know France and Germany I think get their second place finisher now also will automatically qualify. That doesn't extend to England, but still finishing second gives you a better uh, qualifying, like a better start in qualifying rounds than finishing third. You have to start farther back if you're in third, usually in the first round rather than I think the third if you finish second. So there's a lot of benefits to finishing second, but one very good team is going to miss out, and it could really be any of us. So uh, wins are going to be important. It's going to be quite the race for European spots, I think. But Arsenal's in a really good position right now, and I'm excited to see where we're going. Um, this is a fun time to be a fan of the women's team because it's been a lot of fun to watch us under Slagers, and it's going well so far. So um, I can only hope that continues. Um, I don't have much more to say. Just happy with the win, happy that we fully lived up to expectations, and despite some fears over the club spots, not because we're a bad team, but because one very good team has to miss out. Um, it's somewhat nerve-wracking, but I'd say overall, I'm very happy with how things are going right now. So, um, yeah, that's good. Go Arsenal.